Welcome to today's Mindset Monday, and today we're going to be talking about focus. This is one of my most favorite topics to talk about because I think it's something that it took me a long time to learn in order to move forward and perform optimally. So I'm guessing that if I had this issue, my clients have had this issue, then you probably also may be someone that struggles with keeping your focus. I want to go through some key points with you because in order to understand what I'm talking about, I think you're going to have to look at it from my perspective or my lens, because a lot of times we think that we're focusing on things when we're not doing it intentionally. But before we get started, for those of you that are new to the community that keeps growing, my name is Yashika. I'm the founder and CEO of the Lynn Group and leading in healthcare. And I pivoted to work specifically with leaders in healthcare because I noticed that when I was working with entrepreneurs and high-powered executives and things like that, that the skills that I was teaching them to perform optimally were not the same things that were being taught to leaders in healthcare. However, leaders in healthcare have had to be there to lead not only on the front lines, but behind the scenes, making things happen, making things work, keeping people healthy, and do it all in a pretty chaotic environment that's ever changing and ever demanding. So you probably are not taught the skills that you need to be a high performing leader. So this is what this platform is all about. So again, today we're going to be talking about focus. Focus is important because for all the things that I talk about on this platform, one thing that you have to understand is that what is at the cornerstone of all of this high performance is your ability to focus. And most people will think that they're focusing on their relationships or the things that they are interacting in or doing on a day-to-day basis. But in fact, if you're like me or like the majority of people that I work with, you're not focusing. You're probably multitasking. You're probably all over the place. And when you are in one task, you probably aren't in that one task fully. And a lot of it is because of the demands of the job, but there are some areas where we have the choice to be focused and to be intentional about what it is that we're doing and how we want to approach the things that we do. But we're often taught to do, not understanding that what's also important is how we do things. So I wanted to talk to you about that because I want you to learn how to stop going through the motions of life and understand that if you really want to get results and you really want to get them in a way that's not stressing you out or burning you out and really getting that level of peak performance, but doing it in a way that protects your well-being, then you're going to have to learn how to do the things that you do better than you're currently doing them. So two questions that I would like for you to ask yourself, and you can write these down, you can journal on these later, just so you can see or you can do some self-reflection and some introspection around, are you truly being focused? And I'm not only talking about professional life, I'm talking about personal life too, because leadership is about balance. Are you really being focused in the areas that matter? So here are a couple questions that you can ask yourself to go a little bit deeper with today's Mindset Monday topic. And the first question that I have for you is, are you fully connected and focused, or are you partially there? So what that means is, are you going through the motions? And if you look back at some of the things I've said about how we think the same thoughts every day, the thoughts are negative, we're primarily operating out of this autonomic type of way where we just do the same things over and over again the same way, then I want you to understand that you are not focused and you're not performing as well as you could be, and you probably are going through the motions. But sit and journal with this because you may come up with something different. The second question that I want you to ask is, and this is to go deeper, because if you're here on this channel, it's not just about these little fluffy things that are going to teach you how to be a better leader. In order to be a better leader, you have to understand it starts with how you lead yourself, in every area of your life. So when I say, are you fully connected and focused, or are you partially there? Then the second question is going to be to go deeper. Do you know who you are, so that your authentic self is fully present in the things that you are experiencing, doing, interacting with on a day-to-day basis. And I want you to let that sink in, especially the second question, because I think that you're going to find a lot of truth, a lot of revelation come through that second question in order to then fully lean into the first question. But I didn't want to ask them in reverse, because I want you to understand that most people don't even know who they are. So before we even go deep, I want you to, you used to probably going surface, so I'm going to take you surface and take you deeper. Okay. So the last thing that I wanted to touch on when it comes to focus as being the cornerstone of high performance is that if you find when you're asking yourself these questions, or you're listening to what I'm saying, that you are not who you want to be, or you are in situations where you have to endure things that are less than optimal, then your biggest win is going to come from not only learning how to be focused, but also learning how to make these big shifts in your mind that I talk about on this platform. So number one, focus. Number two, mindset shifts. And if you can integrate the things that I'm speaking about, you're going to notice that not only does your professional life elevate, you're also going to experience better, more quality, elevated experiences in your personal life as well. So along with developing a level of deeper focus, then I want you to understand that you need to also couple that with the other mindset stuff that I'm talking about as well. Just noting that focus is the cornerstone. Even when you're listening to what I'm saying, the focus of you on what I'm saying is the cornerstone in your success. Developing a level of focus is going to be important, because if you can really do it right, it's going to allow you to be present in other interactions that you have to deal with as well, other conversations, other activities. And if you become somebody that is focused and is intentionally working on these leadership principles that I share with you, then what you're going to understand is that when you are not, when you feel off, when you feel scattered, when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel less than anything but focused and clear and authentic, then that is a clue for you to learn how to wake up and catch yourself, so that you don't become someone that is habitually disconnected, disengaged, and negative, which is what the majority of people, unfortunately, that I interact with are experiencing, or that are stuck in. They're stuck in being disengaged, disconnected, and negative. All right, so that was our Mindset Monday for today. I want to leave you with a couple of things. One is, if you don't know about the Leading in Healthcare Facebook group, then every Friday I go live in that group. Every month I do a class. We just talked about how to think strategically, how to make better decisions, how to speak with your team better, how to deal with difficult personalities. So if you want more tactical help on how you can excel professionally and lead your team, then go on over to that new community, the Leading in Healthcare Facebook group, where you can get more resources. For the live for Friday, Friday I think is February 10th, depending on, it's February 10th. So you might be watching this later, but the replays are always up. So February 10th, I'm going to be going live in the group to talk about how I personally deal with having difficult conversations with the team members that I lead. And so if that's something that you want to learn more about, then make sure you join that group. And then number two, just wanted to let you know that if you're trying to do things alone, remember the definition of insanity is trying to do the same things over and over again with the same mindset, with the same tools, thinking that if you do things more or better, but not change anything about yourself, then you're going to get better results. That's not true. If you want help, I have coaching slots available. There will be a link wherever you're watching this video where you can just click and put some time on my calendar, and we can talk and we can see if it's a good fit for you. Coaching is for you if you are ready to experience a more elevated life, a more elevated personal life, and a more elevated professional life, and you want help and support to get to where you know that you want to go, or even to help you gain clarity on a direction in life and then help you move forward from there. All right, so I'll talk to you next week, and hopefully I'll see you over in the Facebook group. Take care.